What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Eddie Live podcast, episode number 229. I'm here with the lovely King sisters. How you girls doing today?
We're good.
We're great. Really excited to be here.
Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. I know you're on a vacation, right? You're living in the States right now?
Yeah, 2 more days left in Taiwan, so
Okay,
it's a nice way to end the trip.
Beautiful. All right. I'm glad we got to squeeze that in. And what about yourself?
I just finished my biology test.
Okay. How was that?
It was not bad.
Not bad? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about being, raised in Taiwan, born and raised in Taiwan. Mom is Taiwanese, dad's American, sort of a little bit of that. But also we're going to have some bonus music today, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe you can tell us a little bit about the first song. We'll kick it off with a song. What do you think?
Okay. So the first song is called Not For Now, and I wrote about my sister right here. Her name's Sonia. So when she was 16, she moved away to Hong Kong to finish her high school years, and I just felt like a part of me was taken away, I guess. And I was really sad, so I wrote a song, and it's my first ever original song.
Beautiful. All right, well, let's
Here it
have it. Here we go.
Hey, how are you? Are you alright? 'Cause I'm not. Oh, I've seen you crying, and I don't like it, 'cause it's contagious. You know that we are overthinkers. With that said, I know you've thought about this enough for you to realize the damage it could do. Now I know that everything happens for a reason, and I should know that it's for the best. Believe then, why is everything getting harder? Nothing's the same, and I don't feel free anymore, 'cause I just need you to be right here, right now, but I can't seem to make it work. At least not for now. Hey, it's been 7 months, and everything I see still reminds me of you. Oh, how evil life is for separating us, even when we're not ready. Now I know they say everything happens for a reason. C'est la vie. Yeah, maybe everything happens for a reason, but that reason's unknown to me. I just need you to be right here, right now, but I can't seem to make it work, at least not for now. So tell me why after all this I'm still so emotional. I guess I can't help it, my feelings take over, I can't stop thinking about what you said to me, to us. You said that all be okay, but I know now it was just a lie. It was all a lie. to be right here, right now, but I can't seem to make it work. At least not for now.
Whoa, oh my gosh,
Thank
that was
you.
so good. Yay. You guys can clap. That was awesome. Wow. Wow, that's such a touching song. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I
yeah.
cried for a very
I'm trying
long
not to
time when I
cry
first
on
heard
this
it.
right now. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Thank
Wow.
you.
So that's very that's a pretty inspiring song. So what obviously what caused you to get the lyrics and stuff? I'm kind of speechless
Because
here. Yeah.
my dad was a part of a band before, so we always have guitars laying all over the house.
Gotcha.
And in my room, there was actually an acoustic guitar.
Okay.
I wanted to learn it, but I didn't really want to, if you know
Gotcha.
what I mean.
Sure.
But then I picked it up, and then I thought it was kind of fun, but I played so it sounded horrible. And I went on YouTube, and I searched up some chords to play. So the main ones I knew were like C, G, E, and then I put them together, and I thought it sounded nice. So
Okay.
that's how I wrote the song.
That does sound really nice. Wow. That's your first original?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
wow,
wrote it 2 years ago.
Okay, congrats. And you are how old now?
Turning 16 next month.
So you wrote it when you were like 13?
13.
Wow. Okay. Wow. What did you think the first time you heard that? I mean, wow.
It was the day I got home from Hong Kong after being away from 10 months.
Okay.
And I remember sitting in the living room, and Kiana actually made a video to go with it. It was like a little photo montage of the two of
Yeah.
us. It was
Okay.
really funny. It was some terrible photos of me, but I just remember crying and crying and crying on the couch, and I just couldn't stop. Because first of all, she's incredibly talented, so I was really proud of her. But just you heard it, every single
Yeah,
word,
wow.
really gets to you. And I think as much as the song is it's written from her perspective, I think I felt the exact same things when I was away, because they needed me and I needed them. I was away for 10 months. I was 16, so I, was not really ready to be away for that long either. It was just a really tough time for, I think, our whole family. But that song really brought us together.
Wow.
And yeah, it was
Okay.
really emotional.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. So you guys are born and raised here, right?
Yes.
Dad's from the States, mom's from here, right? And you went to school here. Before we hit Hong Kong, maybe we can talk a little bit about here, and then we'll jump onto the Hong Kong, right? So maybe tell me about how it is to be raised here in Taiwan, sort of as like a mixed, Taiwanese-American girl. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, go for it.
Being mixed, some people have misconceptions about being mixed. And when I was growing up, actually still now, sometimes strangers, they come up to me and they speak English and they assume that I just don't understand Chinese. And then
Yeah.
I reply, 我会讲中文. So then they start speaking Chinese to me, but they're kind of shocked. So I'd say there's a lot of assumptions in growing up as a mixed kid.
Yeah, definitely the same experience, especially when we go grocery shopping with mom. They're always just so stunned when we say a word of Chinese. And I remember being in school in math class. I'm not very great at math,
Okay.
but I didn't do well on a quiz one time. And I remember my teacher calling me out in front of the whole class, and she was like, did you not understand Chinese? Is that why you didn't do well? And that was crazy to me.
Wow.
But I think I'm very proud of being bilingual. I think
Yeah.
it's one of the greatest gifts I have.
For sure.
And I love both languages, so it's kind of hard when people don't understand that, I guess, when you're trying to present it to them. And like Kiana said, assumptions, and also just kind of being different, because Taiwan in general is still pretty homogenous. It's pretty rare, I think, to see mixed people and foreign people.
Okay.
So people are really curious.
It's actually
And-
getting more common though.
Yeah,
For-
yeah.
I see a lot more.
Yeah, but we did go to, I went to a public
Did you
kindergarten.
guys go to local school and
Yeah,
stuff?
we went
okay.
to private local schools.
Okay.
But it was still very, very dominantly Taiwanese. So it was still really rare being mixed. In my high school before I left, there were 3,000 people, and there were about 2 or 3 mixed kids probably. So
Okay.
definitely very rare.
Are there any assumptions they have to be bad at math, or they have to be good at English, or because I also have a daughter, right, and she goes
Right.
to local school, and the first time I went to pick her up, everyone was just kind of like, well, that's your dad. That's your, they're kind of, it's a weird vibe for sure. I've also heard different things like there's bullying sometimes and stuff like that, but here in this area in Tianmu, we haven't had to see any of that luckily, but Did you guys have anything like that, or was everybody pretty like, wow, you guys are mixed? That's awesome.
I think some of my classmates, they assumed that I was like really good at English.
Okay.
There was this one time, there's this girl, she has really good grades, and my test scores weren't as high as hers in English, and people were kind of shocked, and I felt bad, but yeah, so they just assumed that I was really good with English. I do like English class, but like being mixed doesn't necessarily mean that I'm really good at this subject because I'm from there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think I was really involved in like debate and speech and stuff like that. I love to talk. And my highest achievement, I think, was going into the national round for a public speech competition.
Okay.
And I actually ended up winning that, and I was really proud of it. And I was telling people about it, and automatically they assumed it was English, but it was actually Chinese.
Okay, wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah, Chinese speech and Chinese writing is something I've always been really interested in, but people are just kind of shocked when I tell them that because they don't assume it, or they think I'm in some special, like, foreigner category, like not what other Taiwanese people, but that's not true.
Okay.
And yeah, people also, I guess when you tell them you're American, they kind of assume you're from like Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York.
It's always California.
But,
yeah.
Our dad's from Iowa, so they're pretty surprised when they hear about that.
Actually, a lot of people don't even know Iowa. Like one classmate called it Loa.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Or
That's
Idaho.
funny.
Yeah.
Or Ohio.
They're the same,
That's funny.
Yeah.
I've actually, being Canadian, a lot of people here assume Vancouver or Toronto. They'd be like, oh, you're Canadian. I'm like, yeah, like Vancouver. I'm like, well, not Vancouver, like way north of Vancouver. And they'll be like, Toronto? I'm like, it's not really north of Vancouver. And they're just like, Vancouver? And I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
Vancouver.
Close enough.
Downtown. That's it. That's where it's at. Yeah. Man, so I'm still touched. That song was so good.
Thank you.
Do you think, how do you feel, like, it's obviously like a privilege to have, I think, two cultures. Like for me, I was raised in Canada, but my parents are Mexican. So I kind of, when I grew up, I had like being raised like with Mexican parents, but you go out and it's Canadian. It's kind of like a buffet of two cultures. So what do you guys think are some kind of like pros for, being, dad's American, mom's Taiwanese?
I love the food.
Food for sure. Okay,
yeah, I mean, I think I'm so blessed to grow up here, to have the amazing cuisine that we have here. And now that I live in the U.S., I appreciate that even more. It's first thing I got home, night market, street food, just everything. It's really fun. And language is also another big thing because I'm learning my first foreign language now. I'm learning Arabic. It's really difficult.
Okay.
But English and Mandarin, those were, our parents raised us, so those were like, we grew up speaking it. They're both our native languages. So I think we're really lucky in that way. So it'd be so hard to like learn another language from scratch.
It is for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad I grew up bilingual.
Yeah.
Because most of my classmates, they're just native Taiwanese.
Yeah.
So they don't learn English until they're maybe in elementary or something. So growing up speaking both languages, it was easier for me.
Yeah.
I'm glad I have that.
Awesome. Actually, my daughter, like I said, she goes to local school, and she also doesn't get 100 on the English because she says, she'll miss, capital letters and periods and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's kind of a funny thing where everybody, there will be kids in the class that do get hundreds, and it's all Taiwanese kids. And she's kind of like, and I'm like, just do your thing, just do what you got to do, But there's kind of a crazy, I think, amount of pressure on the kids for school here. Yeah, so what do you guys think of that, maybe?
Wow, it's one of the reasons
agreement.
I left.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, I mean,
Kiana,
are we stepping over a line here? Hopefully not, yeah?
No.
If there's something you want to
Her
pass
best
on, let
friend
me
just
know.
walked in the door.
Yeah, she
Oh,
just
okay.
came out of nowhere.
Okay.
I'm blushing. Okay. What was the question?
School pressure.
School pressure,
right.
Growing up in a local school and stuff like that, yeah?
I wasn't in private school, so I've never really been in a public school, so I can't compare that.
Okay.
But my elementary was fine.
Okay.
The academics wasn't that hard on me, I think.
Okay.
But after I went to Kuishan, now I'm there. It's an IB school, and it is tiring. It is so tiring because right now I'm on my last week of semester 1.
Okay.
And I just finished my last finals, and tonight I have to hand in another theater homework and read a lot of books. So I think the pressure is really high on us.
Yeah,
Okay.
we went to the same elementary school. Then I moved on to Wega. It's also a private school.
I know
and
the schools. I know there's the Kuei Shan and there's the Kung Chang.
Yeah,
It's like the big
there are a
top
few
schools.
of them.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah.
So tell me about those. Yeah.
Wega's a very big private school.
Yeah, I know that.
And I was in the international education department, which is like the special program part of it. But we had to learn the Taiwanese curriculum in addition to the American one.
Oh.
So kind of both.
Doubling up. Okay.
For chemistry, memorize all the table of elements in Chinese and then in English. So that was tough. But I think the worst part was just how long the school day was. Like I would shock my American friends every time I told them about it.
You can come and say hi
Yeah.
if you want to come and say hi. Yeah.
Hi.
There you go. There you go. Thanks for coming.
It's a bit scary.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. All good. All good. So a little bit more Wega. Yeah.
Yeah. So school day would begin about 7:30. And then 3 days a week, we'd have to stay late until 9 p.m. actually.
9 p.m.
9.
Ooh.
Yeah. We called it 晚自习. So
Okay.
you get the normal day, 8 classes, and then it ends around 5:40, and then everyone has dinner, and then mandatory nap time after dinner.
What?
Wake up from mandatory nap
At
time.
school?
At school. We had 2 mandatory nap times
Ooh.
after lunch and after dinner. And if you open your eyes, your name would be on the board. It was a major violation. So that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so after nap time, a few more hours of intense studying where it just had to be silent. You do your work, the teacher's patrolling the classroom, and then 9 p.m. and that's when you get to go home. So I remember stepping out and it'd be dark and I'd just be like, where did my day go? Because it was just all gone. So I was at Wega for 4 years, and that was around the time I decided I wanted something new, which is why I ended up leaving. But it was a very stressful experience. There was a
sure.
lot of pressure. Rankings were a very big thing. They are here in Taiwan. If there
yeah.
are 600 people in your year, you will know number 1 to number 600 on every exam. So that was the unfortunate reality.
Still now. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I taught here about 20 years ago, and I know that was just like huge. And I thought that was gone, but it's still
Nope.
still a thing. Huh? Okay.
Yeah, it was really
That's
scary.
rough. I would have not made it. I'm not gonna lie. It would have been tough. Yeah.
My school doesn't
Yeah.
have that though. Like we don't have rankings.
Kuei
so
Shan,
that-
right?
Yeah.
I used to coach soccer at Kuei Shan. Actually, yeah, a
Oh.
long time ago.
Soccer
Yeah.
team.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not.
Oh, you were.
Okay.
on
I'm
soccer.
not.
Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Wow. So then, next step was, you decided this is too much, and then what? Hong Kong? Where did Hong Kong
Yeah,
come from?
it's not exactly that it was too much. It was
Okay.
just that it was too repetitive.
Okay.
So I think connecting to like identities and stuff like that,
Sure.
I felt that I was really one of the few people who had like a different background to everyone else, and I felt really isolated because of that. So I wanted to be in an international school, a more diverse environment. So I started looking, and I found this program. A shout out to United World Colleges. It's a really cool thing, UWC, and I applied through it. There are 18 campuses in 18 countries, and I was actually assigned to Hong Kong, which was also my first choice, which is really
Okay.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I could have been assigned to like Armenia too,
Ooh.
but ended up in Hong Kong.
Okay.
So, yeah, and I spent 2 years there also studying the IB curriculum, which was not exactly easier than Taiwan, but it was different and I enjoyed it more.
Okay.
But there I had friends. There were 250 people at my school from 80 countries. So it was incredible. It was really, really diverse. All my friends were from a different country. It was just
Okay. Well, that's kind of
Massive change.
That would be very different as opposed to here. You're you, and then everyone else is Taiwanese, right?
Yeah, and there
Okay.
everyone was different. So it was really an incredible experience for me. And now that I'm in college in the US, I miss that diversity a lot because we
Okay.
don't have it to the same extent there anymore.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
you've been in the U.S. for.
Since August.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, first semester of university. I'm done with the first term, going back for my second pretty soon.
In 2 days.
In
Right?
2 days.
Okay. So
yeah.
so what did you take? Tell me a little bit about the U.S. and university and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm studying international affairs. So DC is a very good place for it. It's where all the power is, where
Wow.
the government, where everything is really. So being there is really exciting.
Okay.
My dorm is 10 minutes away from the White House, so we see
Really?
like protests go in front of our dorm all the time. It's especially what's happening in the U.S. now. It's a very tense city as well.
Okay.
But there's a lot to learn from it, so that's pretty fun. Love the classes, but I will say I miss the food here a lot.
Okay.
I miss the like night market culture. I miss just people walking on the streets at night. DC is a surprisingly quiet place at night. It's a little
Really?
bit creepy sometimes.
Okay.
But just, yeah, I feel like Asia has this type of vibrance that you just can't find anywhere else.
Yeah.
And I miss the culture and the character here. It's very different from a big city in the U.S.
What about like safety? Because
Oh.
Taiwan is like infamously amazing for
Yeah,
safety, right?
yeah. Oh,
Famous.
I miss Taiwan safety a lot, a
okay.
lot, a lot. Our school, the first month I got there, actually, our school issued. We have a thing called. It's like a school-wide alert. They send it to every single student when something happens, which surprisingly is a lot. But one time we all got this alert, and they told us to stay in because this criminal has escaped from our university hospital. And it turned out to be a murder suspect on the loose. And he was just roaming around on campus, in the city, everywhere. There were helicopters flying. They got the police involved, blocked off streets. We all stayed inside. And this went on for hours and hours. And they never caught him. So it's he escaped somehow.
Man.
But it was pretty crazy because in Taiwan, you could never imagine a murder suspect being on the loose, running around the city, and students like hiding in their dorms. It was just such a surreal experience.
How did mom and dad feel about that? Did they know?
They did know.
Okay. Oh my
I
gosh.
was debating whether to tell them because mom would be very worried.
Yeah.
But I told my family in the U.S. as well because I thought they'd have maybe a bit more experience on how to deal with it. But it was really scary for me. I think most of the other American students were not as worried.
It's normal for them.
But yeah,
maybe?
coming
Wow.
from Taiwan, it was just, I felt like I would only see that in movies. Like I couldn't know it. I wouldn't know it actually happened. But
Yeah.
it was scary.
That is scary. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yeah. So what about you? What do you want to do? You're 16, right? You got a couple years left.
Yeah.
So you've been doing the music for 3 years, did you say? 3-4 years? Or
No, I'm
since you were a kid, right?
my EP, my
Okay.
first EP. It came out in August this summer, and it went on online streaming platforms in October, at the end of October. So I haven't been doing this for a long time.
Okay.
I think I want to do something with it though. Like in my
Okay.
future, I think I'm gonna study something music related. I thought about musicology. I think it's like combining
Okay.
psychology and music, and music therapy.
Okay.
Yeah, like healing
okay.
people through music. So I think that's kind of cool.
When did you decide, like, I need to get this out? I need to write a song because I'm feeling sad or I'm missing my sister. What was kind of like, when did you decide to be like, I'm going to write a song?
So of course, there's a lot of people who write journals. When they feel something, they just write it down
Gotcha.
and no one sees it. But I've never been the person to write journals.
Okay.
And I started, I don't know, I just had this idea that it would be so cool to write a song. And I tried it. I actually had a draft for this song and I hated it. I did not like it. So then I changed it up. The lyrics were similar. And with the melody of my music and the chords and it all added up, I loved it in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you just thought, I'm going to turn this into something. I'm going to take it serious. I'm going to stream, go to Spotify and all of that stuff.
Actually, the main reason why I came up with this EP was because in school, in IB, I'm in 10th grade. So then there's this project called a personal project, and you can do anything you want. And I chose to do an EP.
Okay.
So I actually took this project as an opportunity for me to make this.
Yep.
That was really fun.
Great.
It was tiring. I had to do a 15-page report on
Okay.
it. But I loved working with some of the people. Like my guitar teacher, he became my producer, so he helped mix and produce my songs and worked on the background. And I also contacted the CD company, and I designed everything, the CD cover, the CD back, and the inside, like the lyrics. But I had to use Photoshop, and I've never used Photoshop before.
It's hard.
It was a
It's a hard one.
requirement.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
it was
okay.
really complicated, but I
Okay.
got it to work.
So do you want to do some kind of like live shows or concerts or something like that? Start with open mic, or you just want to maybe jump in and start doing some music shows?
In November, the last November, yeah.
Okay.
There's this competition called World Scholars Cup, and two of my friends and I, we went to Connecticut to compete in the finals, the Tournament of the Champions.
Oh, beauty.
And there was this thing called a scholar show. My sister's actually gone. She was on it
Yeah,
before.
I did it as solo dance routine. It was
Oh,
really
really?
fun. I did it with
You want to
this.
show us a couple moves? Or
I don't think in jeans, and
Okay,
I haven't
okay.
stretched in ages, but
Okay.
yeah.
So I was kind of scared. I filled in this paper to say that I wanted to sign up for the Scholars Show, but then no one got back to me saying like, oh, I'm gonna perform on that day. I thought that they would reply to me and say you got the spot or something, but
You're
they
in or
didn't.
you're not, right?
And then the day before the Scholars Show, they emailed me and said, oh, you're in, you can perform. And I didn't have my guitar. I didn't practice. I thought I just didn't have it.
Okay.
So I ended up rehearsing like 10 minutes in the backstage for one song, which I will play later.
Okay,
It's called Solve Your
nice.
Own Problems. And that was in front of like maybe 1,000 people. That was really scary, but they were all my age.
That's the first sort of live music thing that you did.
Well, I
kind of.
performed in school before.
Okay.
But that doesn't really, like, say it's a small audience, but
Gotcha.
the largest audience was definitely that one. It was a whole auditorium, and the lights were they were shining on me. So cool.
That is cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you did this a similar thing, but with dance.
I did the same competition 3
Okay.
years earlier.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not as good of a singer as Kiana,
Okay.
but both of us actually grew up dancing a lot. So we did contemporary ballet, Chinese dance actually as
nice.
well.
Okay,
So
okay.
I did a little contemporary dance routine on
Nice,
stage.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So well, let's talk a little bit more about the U.S. So you're happy to go back in a couple days, right? The plan is to stay there for 4 years, 8 years. What's the ideal situation for you?
The plan is to get my education there and see what happens afterwards.
Okay.
But definitely gonna finish college there.
Okay.
And I'm thinking of going to law school too.
Okay.
So that's another 3 years on top of that.
Okay.
So at least 7-8 years, and then I want a job that'll take me traveling a lot, and hopefully for a while back in Asia, because I love it here. I miss it. My whole family's here, and I don't want to be so far away. It's really difficult having that 13-hour time difference and just being away from everything, and from Kiana. I don't
That's
want to.
tough.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like I'm missing out on like a lot of her growing up, so that's really sad too.
Okay.
So I don't want to be away for too long. But yeah, I'm excited to go back the next semester. A lot's gonna be happening. I have an internship coming up, so that's
Okay.
it's gonna be work.
Nice.
But I'm excited to see my friends. I've never been in like a snowy not Christmas,
Oh,
snowy
that's right.
winter place
Like a
before.
White Christmas type
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
so that will be pretty exciting.
Okay.
But I'm definitely gonna miss family
Okay.
and food.
So you're talking a lot about the food, right? So
Yeah.
you got to drop some. When you come back to Taiwan, what's the first thing you get to eat?
I went to get this 肉羹汤 place in Beitong, and 肉羹 essentially like a Taiwanese like meat sausage sort of, but it's in soup. It's really good. I don't know
Okay.
how to exactly translate it.
Tapioca.
It's not tapioca.
I think I know what it
definitely.
is, but yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like it's very. You have to try it to
Okay.
really know what it is. But there's just so much depth of flavor in it,
Okay.
and it has this sauce like sha cha jiang. I'm a really big
Oh,
fan
yeah.
of it. I love hot pot. Every type of hot pot. I've had it 4 times since I've been back.
Nice.
And I really
Perfect
just
weather
like,
for hot pot. Yeah.
yeah, just walking through the night markets and getting this and that and ending up with like 10 different things.
Okay.
I really love the feeling of that because I don't think there's the same like street food culture in the U.S. or
For sure not.
yeah, we get
Yeah.
like taco trucks or
Yeah.
maybe like hot dog trucks, but it's different and
It's
it's
definitely
overpriced.
different.
So
Yeah.
I
Everything is, isn't it, right now? Yeah, apparently.
is, it is.
I just came back from Canada. We went for a month this summer, and it'd been a long time since I went back, and I was just like, wow, it's shocking. The crazy the price is now.
I know
Yeah.
because my dad and I were just saying we can get, go to 7-Eleven, you can get a good meal there,
Yeah, for
convenience stores, and then you go to the U.S., especially in D.C.,
Yeah.
you can't get a single meal outside for less than $15, $20, $25. That's the minimum, and then taxes, and then tips, so it ends up
Yeah.
being a lot, and Taiwan is just so much more affordable.
Tipping culture is crazy in the West right now.
I
Like,
don't
everywhere you
understand
go,
it
you're
yet.
like, Whoa. Yeah. Even with bad service, you're supposed to tip like 20% or something, right? Which is shocking. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm still getting used to a lot of it. I
Yeah.
think being like American, going back in the summers, having that nationality,
Yeah.
it's still such a big culture shock for me to actually
Yeah.
live there. And I don't think I was really prepared for it, but I
Okay.
am, learning to adjust, and it's getting
Okay.
better.
Nice. When so for me, my family is Mexican, right? So when we grew up, we used to go to Mexico almost every summer, and when I came to Taiwan, I actually felt really comfortable right away because Mexico has a lot of street food and street, the culture and stuff like that, night markets and stuff like that. So when I came here, I was just like, oh, it's like an Asian Mexico. This is great, And everybody's like, oh, what about culture shock? I'm like, oh, this is no culture shock. This is great. And then when I go back to Canada, that's kind of when I get the culture shock. Everything's kind of it's very different than when I left a long time ago. So yeah, you think in your mind that things are the same, but you go back and it's a little bit weird now. Yeah, beautiful. So you ready to do another song? What do you think?
Sure.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do it. Yeah. All right, beautiful. Looking forward to this. And so for those of you guys that are watching, your IG is in the description if anyone wants to hit you up to do some interview or something
Yeah,
like
of
that.
course.
And also the Spotify link is in the interview in the description as well.
Yeah.
In case,
Is her EP right there right now?
it is right there. You want to
Could
go
I
grab
show
it?
it
Sure,
real
sure, sure. Go grab it. Yeah. Please do. Yeah. I actually meant to put it here, but totally spaced. Yeah. Whenever you're ready, go for it. Yeah. There we go. Yes. Get you some.
Yeah, so I designed this.
It's so cool. Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah, it's great. And you did Photoshop, right? Photoshop
Yep.
is it's a pretty tough one. That's tough to use. Yeah. All
Okay.
right. So you're up.
This next song I did not write, but is by one of my favorite artists of all time, Taylor Swift.
Okay. Okay.
I love her. This one's called Betty, and there's harmonica in it, and I just think it's such a good song. It's a masterpiece. It's from Folklore. It's her. She wrote this when it was during COVID, and she was in her living room just playing guitar, and she had so many ideas just flowing in her head, and she wrote the song Betty from a male's perspective.
Okay.
From her friends.
Beautiful. Yeah. I don't think I've heard it.
Okay.
So I'm excited.
Betty, I'm so sorry.
No problem. Do your thing. That
Okay.
sounded good to me.
I could not tell what happened.
I don't. Betty.
That sounded great to me.
Do you want
I'm a little.
to do Scott Street first?
No problem. Do your thing. It's all good. We can keep chatting too if you want.
Betty.
Do you want to look up the lyrics?
Yes. I'm so sorry.
No problem. Not at all. Not at
Yeah.
all. Yeah. So you're saying that. So if you had like
Oh.
a musical influence, it would be her.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Because
Okay.
she has so many genres. She goes from country to pop to rap. Not really rap.
Mm-hmm.
Folk. It's just everything.
Beautiful.
Okay.
You good to go? All right. Go for it.
Betty, I won't make assumptions about why you switched your homeroom, but I think it's 'cause of me. Betty, one time I was riding on my skateboard when I passed your house. It's like I couldn't breathe. Thank you. You heard the rumors from Inez. You can't believe a word she says most times, but this time it was true. The worst thing that I ever did was what I did to you. But if I just showed up at your party, would you have me? Would you want me? Would you kiss me on the porch in front of all your stupid friends? If you kiss me, will it be just like I dreamed it? Will it patch your broken wings? I'm only 17. I don't know anything, but I know I miss you. Betty, I know where it all went wrong. Your favorite song was playing from the far side of the gym. I was nowhere to be found. I hate the crowds, you know that. Plus, I saw you dance with him. You heard the rumors from Inez. You can't believe a word she says most times, but this time it was true. The worst thing that I ever did was what I did to you. But if I just showed up at your party, would you have me? Would you want me? Would you tell me to go F myself? Lead me to the garden in the trust me if I told you it was just a summer thing. Only 17, don't know anything, but I know I miss you. I was walking home on broken cobblestones, just thinking of you when she pulled up like figment of your worst intentions. She said, James, get in, let's drive. Those days turn into nights. Slept next to her, but I dreamt of you all summer long. So I showed up at your party. Yeah, I showed up at your party. Yeah, I showed up at your party. Would you have me? Would you want me? Would you kiss me on the porch in front of all your stupid friends? If you kiss me, will it be just like I dreamed it? Will it patch your broken wings? Only 17, don't know anything, but I know I miss you. Standing in your cardigan, kissing in my car again. Stopped at a street light, you know I miss you. Thank you.
Wow. So I actually have heard that. When you started playing it, yes, I've definitely heard that song. That's a great one. Yeah.
It's actually not that famous. So
But I've heard
yeah.
it. I've heard it. Yeah, yeah. So, wow, you're so good. Yeah, if you ever, I've got all this gear, obviously, right? If you ever want to come and record or something, let me know, and I'll set it all
I
up
will.
for you.
Thank you.
And you can do music video or something. We can record it. You can take it home and then chop up a video or something. That'd be fun.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And also, I wanted to ask you, doing with the podcast, I've been able to meet like a lot of interviewers and podcasters and like big YouTubers and stuff, and they're always looking for people to interview as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're interested, then I can kind of plug you into that kind of scene if you're interested.
I am.
You are? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
That would be cool.
All right, very cool. That sounds good. That sounds good. Yeah, you're leaving, but also we would do that as well.
I'm just excited for her.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you think that you have? Do you think that being, sort of the mixed heritage, how did that influence your singing, your sort of the vibe that you do with your singing? Did it or has
To be
it?
honest, I don't think
Yeah.
it
No.
influenced me that much,
Okay.
but I'm so sorry, but I don't really like Chinese songs,
Okay.
and I don't really write in Chinese. English has always been my dominant language, I
Gotcha.
guess. Like in school, I do better in English, and I speak more fluently in English, even though I am both Taiwanese and American.
Gotcha.
But English is just easier for me.
Okay.
So
I actually I understand 100% because I have, like I said, I have a little girl, and she spends a lot of time with me, and so she actually has like a video game channel where because I have all this gear, right? So we do like live stream and stuff, and we'll play video games, and she started doing commentary on her video games when she was like 5, right? And she does it all in English, and I told her, I'm like, we should do some in Chinese because if you look at like the video gamers that are doing the English, it's like that's like the king of the world. Like it's amazing. But if you look at the ones that are doing it in like Mandarin, it's not that good, right? So I said, she's got a great opportunity, and she's just like, no, I don't want to do it in Chinese. It's not comfortable. She didn't. So yeah, I totally get it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about yourself? English, Chinese?
Opposite
You're good
of
both.
Kiana, actually.
Opposite. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Okay.
think I don't have my own distinct style yet, but I
Gotcha.
do listen to what my parents listen to and what Kiana listens to, which
Okay.
are 3 completely different things.
Okay.
My mom loves like Tibetan folk music or like
Wow, okay.
Mongolian music or
Okay.
like Chinese opera music, things like that. Things that
love
are very
it.
cultural, very different.
Okay.
And I love that. I really do, especially like when I was away. That's stuff I listened to when I missed home. And then Dad listens to a lot of country music, a lot of rock, a lot
Okay.
of... Yeah, he has his own style as well. And Kiana doesn't love country, right?
I like Taylor Swift country music.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
gotcha.
like Dad's country music. Not all of it, but most of it. Kenny
What's
Chesney.
Dad's? Okay.
He loves Kenny. I love Kenny Chesney.
Miranda Lambert.
I don't like Miranda Lambert as much, but
Okay.
yeah. So Dad and I always listen to the same music, and I can listen to Mom's music and Kiana's music as well. So, and I've never written a song like her,
Gotcha.
but my friends and I did try to write a Chinese song ages ago, and I
Okay.
love Chinese singers as well.
Okay.
So
Do you have any favorites?
yeah, my first concert I ever went to was a Taiwanese singer
Okay.
called Eric Zhou Xingzhe, and I was just obsessed with his songs when I was about 13. They're all these
Okay.
really slow, romantic love songs.
Okay.
That's what most Chinese songs are. They're all pretty sentimental.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I think they really get to you. Like I think they're very emotional, and I love that. I remember going to the concert and everyone around me was just crying. It was
Okay.
but it was beautiful, and I enjoy Chinese songs.
She was actually in a music video.
Oh,
really?
yeah, I
For a
was in
Chinese
mu-
song, yeah.
Exactly, yeah,
Nice.
for
日口为
yeah,
路过人间.
exactly. You guys can go watch it. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of Chinese music.
Okay. So obviously in Taiwan and Asia, really, karaoke's massive, right? So I mean, I'm guessing you guys must like it, or yes, no,
Fact.
you know? Okay.
So my birthday is like very soon. It's February 4th.
16th birthday.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm planning on going with my friends to KTV.
Okay.
Because I went one time, actually.
Okay.
With my other friend for her birthday, and that was so fun. Like
Oh,
the
really?
lights, and I played Taylor Swift. But
Yeah.
the atmosphere was just amazing. So
Yeah.
I want to do it again.
Nice. Right,
Yeah,
yourself.
I also went with my middle school friends quite a bit,
Okay.
but also just like when we're driving on road trips in the car, it's always karaoke time for us,
Sure.
I think. So yeah, we're always blasting music, always singing along to it.
Okay.
And I love the karaoke culture here. I think it's something
Yeah.
that really every single age group can enjoy. It's
Yeah.
not restricted to anyone, and you can go any time of the day, any mood you're in, and it's just
And there's food.
yeah, it's it's just a really
Okay.
fun combination of things,
Okay.
places, music. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. What about in the States? I mean, there's a karaoke culture in Canada. Canada and the States, I think, is pretty similar, right?
Yeah.
But it's a very different culture. It's like, you go to the bar and you heckle bad singers and stuff like that. That's Canada. I don't know if the States is like that. So is there something like that in the States or not?
I
really?
haven't experienced anything like that,
Okay,
but
okay.
we do get a lot of concerts in DC. They're just very expensive to go to.
Okay.
But this is not the U.S. But in the summer, I went to Jamaica, and they have karaoke like restaurants there.
Okay.
So it's really fun, and they have some incredible singers. So that was my closest karaoke experience outside of the U.S. outside of Taiwan.
Really? Okay.
But yeah, I'd be looking for something in DC if they have that. I'm
That's
always
cool.
up for it.
Shout out to anybody
Overpriced.
watching from DC if there's any karaoke nights.
Let me
we
know.
we actually at the restaurant we would do karaoke night before COVID. Maybe once every couple months we do a karaoke night, and it was so fun. You would think. So I went to Japan a few years ago, and I went to visit a friend, and we went to a karaoke bar, and this song, random song comes on, and they were playing randoms, and it was Despacito, right? And I speak Spanish, right? This was a few years ago, and so I went, and they're just like, oh, does anybody speak Spanish? And then everyone's like, I'm like, okay, but I've never sung this song before, and they're just like, yeah. So I went up. It was so hard. I was like, oh my gosh, I bombed big time. It was awful, and I thought, wow, this is really bad. So about 2 months later, I'm here, and we have a karaoke night, and then someone requests Despacito, the Spanish version, right? And I thought, oh my God, that song is so hard. Who's going to sing that? And there was this like Latin family sitting in the corner, and it was like an 8-year-old little girl. She comes up, and she's like, oh, that's mine. I'm like, you're going to sing Despacito? It's so hard to sing. And she's like, oh, yeah, I do it all the time. And she comes up, and she just like kills it. So good. I thought, holy crap. So, yeah, it was cool. So, yeah, I mean, when we do the karaoke nights, we'll definitely have to let you know because it's fun. It's really fun.
I wanted to go.
Yeah, it's really fun. So we got to do that again. We did all that stuff like pre-COVID, and then COVID kind of, slowed everything. Well, where were you guys for that? Maybe we'll talk about that real quick.
So I left
Were you
Hong
guys still here?
Kong in August 2021.
Okay.
So I think I got a bit of COVID. School ended around May.
Okay.
So I got a really long summer, which honestly was pretty nice at that time.
I bet.
COVID did not feel that terrible yet.
Okay.
Restrictions were not that horrible yet. And then I went to Hong Kong, and I started off my time there with a 3-week hotel quarantine.
Oof.
So
yeah.
it was just me, 16 in a room for 21 days by myself. Really small room too because it was Hong Kong.
That could be really good or really bad.
I was so
bad.
scared. It was actually, it turned out okay, but I
Okay.
was terrified.
Okay.
I looked up YouTube tutorials on how to survive quarantine.
Okay.
And it ended up being pretty peaceful, actually. I had a little routine going. I called home a lot. I even brought my
cried.
violin.
Oh, nice.
I
Okay.
did like yoga, and I was fortunate to be in Mongkok, which is right in like the middle of the city. So I could look down at the streets, see street vendors, see people, see
Okay.
dogs. So
That's cool.
kind of got a glimpse of the outside world. But I'd have people come in with hazmat suits every few days to do a COVID test on me, or they would deliver the meals on this stool outside my hotel room and run away because they couldn't have any contact. And then there are like these posters on the wall, like if you step outside, we will take you to jail. So it was pretty
Jeez,
scary.
That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah, Hong Kong under COVID was pretty intense.
Okay.
Got quarantined 4 times once I got to campus too.
Shoot.
but-
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I mean, it's all in
okay.
the past. And
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's just, yeah. I mean, I just thought about that right now. You were here for that, right? You were probably
yeah. I've never
12-ish
been
or something, 12, 13? No, I don't know.
I remember
My
COVID
math's
hit when I think I was on my last semester of 6th grade.
Okay.
So I was 12, around 12, and I was in Taiwan the whole time. Of course, I
Okay.
didn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't like her.
Sure, sure.
I never got quarantined, and I remember my middle school years more distinctively. I can't really talk about my elementary. It's such a blur. So
Okay.
in elementary, we had online school. Online school was great for me. Like
Yeah.
my grades went up. Most of my kids, not my kids, most of the kids in my class,
Yeah.
their grades didn't go up because they were like playing video games or
Yeah.
watching Netflix. I did sometimes, but we were not going to talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was good for me because I got to work on myself. And during PE was hilarious because we had Zoom on.
Yeah.
And then the teacher would put on a workout video for us to watch, and everyone would just be like,
yeah, in your own room,
Yeah,
like
it's
on
so
the carpet
awkward.
doing push-ups.
and
That's funny.
one thing that I like to do was I would put my laptop like on the couch, I think, and I would be on the ground, right, doing my yoga or my stretches, and
Yeah.
I would look up, like without showing my head. I would make sure that my head isn't in shot, and I would take a screenshot of everyone like doing push-ups or something, and it's so funny. I look back at it. It was
That's
adorable.
cool. My daughter actually loved that because, like I said, with all this gear at home, she was just like, "Oh, this is great." She's got, the monitors and all this gears, and she's got this microphone, and she's kind of like feet on the table in class. She's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, this is great," And then a second monitor playing video games at the same time, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, it's pretty funny." Yeah, I've got some pictures you guys shared, and I grabbed a couple from Instagram, so maybe you guys can talk a
Yeah.
little bit about those. Yeah, let's pull them
Sure.
up. Yeah, picture number one.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me what's going on.
Okay, this is us in Turkey actually.
In Istanbul.
Yeah, this summer. And this was a cruise on the Bosphorus where we took a cruise from like Europe to Asia because Turkey's
What?
Istanbul's right in the middle of it.
Oh,
So we
wow.
got to go from continent to continent and it was really cool. And the wind was blowing. And what else do you remember about it?
I saw a lot of beautiful like mansions.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They're
Yeah.
just incredible.
Turkish mansions are another level.
And we
Wow.
had an adorable tour guide. He was like kind of chubby, and
Okay.
just big eyes. I have a picture of him. I think he was my highlight. He was just so cute.
Okay.
And he showed us, he introduced these mansions and schools and
Okay.
hotels to us. And
Yeah.
talked about the Four Seasons Hotel, I think, like the super, super expensive one.
Okay.
And said like one night there is 23,000 something. It was just
Oh,
a lot.
jeez.
I don't know. It was a lot.
But Istanbul is one of our favorite family vacation places now because
Nice.
we kind of go there on the way to see our family in the U.S. So we go
Okay.
from Taipei to Istanbul, stop there for a week, and then we go
Ah.
to Chicago, then we drive to Iowa. So it's really gorgeous.
So how long was the cruise? That's
it was like 2 hours maybe.
what really?
Back and
Oh,
forth.
I'm
It's
thinking like
really-
5 days. But
No,
there's
no,
my
no.
geography is pretty
no,
bad. apparently.
when you stand on if you stand on like the Europe side, you can
Yeah.
see everything going on the Asia side. They're very close. It's a really narrow strait in between them.
Very cool.
And people actually commute from Asia to Europe to work sometimes.
Wow.
It's
Oh,
really
man.
cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite cities. I think it's really cool.
Good food, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Turkish
amazing
food's
food.
Awesome. Yeah,
Amazing
yeah.
food.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's check the next one up.
This is also in Turkey.
Yeah.
Tiffany and tomato. Okay.
This is a little village in Turkey.
Well, I don't remember what it was called. But
I don't remember what it was called either, but there were colors everywhere. Every house was painted a different color.
Okay.
It was just, there was a lot of street art. It was really beautiful. And what do you remember about it? I think we had cheeseburgers there.
Yum.
I had an amazing vegan pasta.
Ah, okay.
I'm vegetarian now, but I wasn't then.
Oh, gotcha.
I just thought I want to try it. And it
Okay.
was like creamy and the vegetables were perfectly seasoned. I loved it. That's what I remember.
Yeah,
cool.
especially compared to Taiwanese vegetarian pasta.
Gosh. I had one in Shilin Yeshi
Oh.
in this restaurant, and it was disgusting.
They had
It was
tofu in it.
horrifying. It was
like-
tofu, dougan. You know,
Yeah,
dougan is
dougan
that?
and like taro.
And pumpkin. I don't like pumpkin.
I've actually got a good friend of mine who's like this super vegan chef, and we're starting to get some stuff off him. So once it's rolling, I'll invite you in to try some stuff out. I'm not vegan or vegetarian, but it's really good. So yeah,
I will try.
definitely. Yeah, next picture.
Oh,
I must have just chosen this from the same series.
Okay.
Okay, it's the same. This is Turkey.
This is southern Turkey. This
Okay.
is on the Mediterranean coast.
Okay.
This was our dad's birthday.
Ooh.
So this is the restaurant by the sea. Actually, it was next to this like ancient fort. It was really cool.
Okay.
But it was this really beautiful restaurant. It was sunset. I think we were we at the beach? Something
Near
like
the
that.
beach.
We were near the
Yeah.
beach. We were sunburned. It was just a really good trip.
I love that feeling during the summer when
Yeah.
you're just fresh off the sun. And fun story, the lady behind me in the short blonde hair, we were celebrating my dad's birthday, like happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
And then she turned around saying, hey, I have the same birthday as you.
Oh,
So
birthday
they celebrated
buddies.
their birthdays together, kind of. Yeah,
Very
and they
cool.
were right across. So
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Birthday buddies. Love it. Love it. A few more.
Okay, this is not Istanbul anymore.
Okay, I was gonna
this
say.
This is Vietnam.
Ho Chi
And
Minh.
Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. We were there 2 weeks ago. Pretty recent.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
we were there
Okay.
for New Year's. So pretty much as soon as I got home, we celebrated Christmas and then we flew out again.
Okay.
And this was a really cool trip. That's the statue of Ho Chi Minh right in the city center. And this was us on New Year's Eve going to get Vietnamese barbecue.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and it was just a fantastic trip. The night markets there are really good.
okay.
The history there is really interesting.
so hot though.
Yeah,
It's
it was
hotter
pretty
than here?
hot. It was
Terribly
pretty
hot,
hot.
yeah.
Really? Oh, man.
And the traffic is pretty wild over there too. Because a lot of places don't have traffic lights, so you kind of see like motorcycles going like this. And we went on a motorcycle tour, so we were in
Yeah.
the back of our tour guides, and they were just zigzagging everywhere.
Kind of
But-
scary, but
Yeah.
they got it. So
Yeah, yeah.
It's normal for them, so
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Beauty. Celia Cruz.
Oh, Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
My mom's a big fan, so I also, when you were saying you grew up with music, I grew up with a lot of her music as well. Yeah.
This was this summer.
Miami.
What was it? August.
This is Little Havana in
Yeah.
Miami.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were walking around, and there were a lot of restaurants with like singers just outside, dancers. It was really fun, really
Very musical
vibrant.
kind of place.
Yeah, and it was our first trip to Florida. We were visiting family there too, so it was really exciting. We had the Havana sandwiches, the Cubanos.
Cubanos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those were really good. So this
Okay.
was right after we had Cuban food, and we were just walking around.
Nice. That's a great painting. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You got that sisterly love in there, right?
Yeah. This
Oh,
was 2
wait, that
days
was-
ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was
Oh, you
working
got
my
the sweater
English
on.
homework.
Okay.
Yeah, she was doing homework in a cafe, and I was
Starbucks.
annoying her.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, because I'll be going home soon, so
Yeah.
trying to spend as much time as I can with her.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's our most recent
Good
photo, I'd
picture.
say.
I grabbed a couple from the Instagram as
Oh,
well. Yeah. No, is it a bad one? That's the only one I could find of you and the guitar. It's a good picture.
Filter.
Is it bad? Okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. This is in my room on my bed. Sonia took this photo, I think.
I did.
Yeah,
Like
I was-
3 years ago.
Okay.
I don't remember. I think this was right around when I started playing guitar. I'm wearing my Quezon uniform, the red pants.
Oh, I remember that. Okay. Yeah.
So this was probably 8th grade.
I think you were practicing Cone and Grave, your
Yeah.
first song ever.
Right.
Yeah, the first song I ever learned on guitar was Heather by Conan Gray because it was like popular at the time, and I really liked the lyrics.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I had to get one with a guitar in it, right? So, and then that's the last one.
Oh, yeah, that's me. That was in New York City.
Oh, okay.
And I was there for a summer program.
Mhm.
It was at the School of the New York Times. So it was like a journalism, law
wow.
kind of thing.
Nice.
It was really fun. So I am a really big fan of New York. I love it. I think it's my favorite city in the U.S.
Really?
And yeah, I think it's very similar to Hong Kong in so many ways that I didn't expect it to be.
Wow.
But it has the same kind of vibrance and culture that I think Asia has. And I just love being there. I still go there a lot. I'm like 3 hours away, but
It's
I take the
big
bus
food-
there a lot.
Food culture's big there,
It
apparently,
is,
right?
and they do
Okay.
have the Chinatown's better than the one in DC. So
Okay.
I love taking the bus up there, and
Okay.
I still love Manhattan. That was a great summer,
Nice.
and I hope to live there someday. Actually, so,
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Wow, that good. All right. Very cool. That's the last one. Yeah. Yeah, you guys, I mean, we've covered a lot of the topics already. Do you want to hit one more song before we go? What do you think? You have one in
Yes.
mind you want to hit? Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. This is great. Let me,
Okay, Scott Street. Okay, this next song is also a cover. It's by
Okay.
Phoebe Bridgers. Phoebe Bridgers is also someone who opened for Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And that's not the only reason I like her. I just think her songs are so raw. And
Okay.
this song I consider to be a masterpiece. Like when it's live, it's not as good. But when you hear it on like Apple Music, Spotify,
Okay.
there's these sound effects like the train ding 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 at the end, and it's just so memorable. I don't
Okay.
think that's a good enough word. It's just so good.
well, hit it. Let's have
Okay.
it.
Walking Scott Street feeling like a stranger. An open heart, open container. Got a stack of mail and it's talking. To shower beer, it's a payment plan. Helicopters over my head. Every night when I go to bed, spending money and I earned it. When I'm lonely, that's when I'll burn it. Do you feel ashamed when you hear my name? I asked you, how is your sister? I heard she got her degree. I said that makes me feel old. You said, what does that make me? Do you feel ashamed when you hear my name?
right.
Thank you.
Amazing. Well, so good. So good. I mean, yeah, I think we covered most of the things we wanted to chat about, but do you guys have anything you want to add before we call it and get some dinner? What do you guys think? I like that.
I want to say the reason that we are here is because you guys had that place in Danshui before you moved here.
I remember you guys. I was looking through your pictures. Wasn't sure if I should say it, but I remember you guys being like little kids.
Yeah.
And it's so when I seen you like 2 weeks ago or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. I was
Because we
shocked.
started going when I was
Yeah.
really little, like 4 or 5.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm turning 19 soon. Kiana's turning 16. I think we started going like pretty soon after she was born.
Okay.
So, yeah, we've known about this place for a long time, and I remember one of my greatest memories as a 5-6-year-old was your burritos and how amazing they tasted.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's nice to be here.
Awesome.
Thank you for
Well,
having us.
I appreciate
you.
that. Thank you so much. Do you have anything you want to add? If anybody who's watching right now, definitely the Instagram's in the description and also the Spotify for Kiana here. And yeah, sorry, I didn't want to cut you off, but you have something you want to say before we call it?
Remember, you had very big burritos.
Okay, really? Okay.
That's it.
All
And good
right.
rice. I remember there was like really good rice in the burritos.
Okay. Well, I hopefully it's still as good as it was. Yeah. But yeah, that's so funny. Cool. Yeah. One of the coolest things about the restaurant is you get to meet families, and they come in when their kids are really little, and then the kids they start growing up, and then you see the kids come in with their friends. And then they get even older, and then they start bringing their dates in and stuff, and it's kind of a cool thing to see with the restaurant. So yeah, and like I said, I was going through the pictures, and I saw pictures of you guys. You guys were little, and I thought that's what I remember. So when my wife was mentioning you, and then when I saw you, I was like, oh my gosh, that's the little girl. That's so crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Funny you remember.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for coming so much. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for sharing the music. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.